This is Ella Star with your Key Races and Bets podcast for Saturday, May 17th. This Key Races and Bets podcast is brought to you by Amwager.com, a legal online U.S. based horse racing wagering website. Amwager.com has some great betting tools and perks, is legal for residents of most states, and covers most tracks in North America as well as many around the world. Check it out. Amwager.com. You can also get the written version of this podcast, the Key Races and Bets blog, free at Amwager.com. Click on How to Bet and Ella Star's blog. While you're there, look around. If you're not already signed up, if you're in one of the many states that takes members, sign up. You'll be happy you did. We're going to start with the Gallorette Stakes on a really nice card at Pimlico on Preakness Day. This is race 7, 2:07 Eastern. The top win contenders are Queen of the Mud, Dana's Beauty, and 3 Havanas. And for exactas, we can consider Way to Be Marie and Sparkle Blue. But we'll start with Queen of the Mud, who finished second last month in a turf sprint following nearly 6 months off. She's ready to stretch out to 2 turns and win, just like she did before the layoff when taking the Swing Time Stakes at Santa Anita. Queen of the Mud has been first or second in 7 of 9, gets Flavian Pratt to ride, who's aboard for back-to-back wins early in her career. Grand Motion has a fantastic record going sprinter out on grass, 22 for 82, better than 25% over the last 3 years as well. Dana's Beauty just won a stakes at the distance on the all-weather surface at Turfway Park, but she's won 3 turf routes in her career as well, including a stakes last May. Dana's Beauty finished first or second 8 of her last 11 races. Jose Ortiz was up for one of the wins, as well as a head defeat in the 2 times he's ridden her, so she should put in another A effort, good enough to win. 3 Havanas imports from Europe for Christophe Clement gets Joel Rosario to ride, who's accounted for 3 of Clement's last 5 wins with horses importing from Europe into stakes races like this one. 3 Havanas won a Group 3 stakes last June, a higher level than the Grade 3 stakes here, and she's been working well in Florida for a U.S. debut, so must be respected. Morning line favorite, or second favorite, Way to Be Marie is no standout, but can be used on exacta. Her record of 3 wins, 3 seconds, and 2 thirds in 10 turf races speaks for itself in terms of her being as happy to finish second or third as win, and the 9 post does her no favors. Sparkle Blue finished second in the stakes at Laurel last month is another who can be part of the exacta with their best effort, evinced by finishing first or second in 10 of 21 turf races. In the Gallorette, race 7, Pimlico, Saturday, May 17th, 2:07 Eastern. Queen of the Mud is a key win bet and low odds overlay to bet at 2-1 or more. Dana's Beauty can be considered for a win bet at 3-1 or more. 3 Savannah starts as the 5-2 favorite, and we can only make money if she wins on exacta tickets because the other 2 offer more value for win bets. When presented with an opportunity to bet more than one horse to win, as we are here with Queen of the Mud and Dana's Beauty, we can gain the best mathematical edge possible using what's called a Dutching tool to prorate our wagers. There's a free Dutching tool at Amwager.com where all you have to do is select the total amount you want to bet to win and select 2 horses or more, and all the work's done. That's one of many good tools and perks for horse racing fans at Amwager.com. For the exacta, I want to play 2 exactas here. The first is going to be a box of Queen of the Mud, Dana's Beauty, and 3 Havanas. The second is going to be an exacta of Queen of the Mud, Dana's Beauty, and 3 Havanas over Queen of the Mud, Dana's Beauty, 3 Havanas, Way to Be Marie, and Sparkle Blue. You can also play that as a 50-cent trifecta using Queen of the Mud, Dana's Beauty, and 3 Havanas in the first position, and Queen of the Mud, Dana's Beauty, 3 Havanas, Way to Be Marie, and Sparkle Blue in second and third. Moving down the card at Pimlico to the next race, race 8. Oh, we can also play some doubles in race 7. I forgot about that. In race 7, Queen of the Mud, Dana's Beauty, and 3 Havanas. And in race 8, Normandy Coast, Keep It Easy, and Faster Gator. In race 8, that's the Chick Lang Stakes, 2:48 Eastern at Pimlico on May 17th. The win contenders are Normandy Coast, Keep It Easy, and Faster Gator. For exactas, we can also consider 1/900. Normandy Coast opens at 12-1, which should be a gift if he wins. He just won the nearly identical Palisade Stakes at Keeneland on April 6th, which carried a $300,000 purse, bigger than this purse, and for 3-year-olds only. He did so rather easily by 3.5 lengths. Normandy Coast showed a lot of maturity in that race when relaxing in third early, moving up to second, then taking over. He's 3 for 3 in dirt sprints following his 4th place debut last June. Louis Saez takes over for Ben Curtis. He's got a big shot to win and pay nicely. Keep It Easy has won 2 of his last 3 sprints since finishing 7th in his debut last June. The one bad race sprinting came in the Saratoga Special last summer, well regarded at 5-2, but he rebounded off that effort to win a stakes in November, the Ed Brown Stakes, with a $225,000 purse, again bigger than this and equivalent to the Palisade, which Normandy Coast won, but not as more recently. He's been off a couple of months after an irrelevant try around 2 turns in the Fountain of Youth, and Keep It Easy put in a sensational half-mile workout 5 days ago, suggesting he'll run his best race, which is good enough to win. Faster Gator won the first 2 starts of his career, both dirt sprints on this circuit last June and then this March, following 6 months off. Like the other 2 previously mentioned contenders, Faster Gator ran in the dirt sprint stakes, the Bayshore at Aqueduct, missing by a head after battling head-and-head down the stretch. He's not run a bad race, and another effort should be forthcoming. Honorable mention goes to 1-900, who missed by a head in his debut in January, finished second to Colloquial, which is like winning in February, then won by 7 lengths in March. Unlike the other 3 contenders, however, 1-900 is moving from maiden ranks to stakes, and that difference in experience could be significant, but he is fast and talented. In the Chick Lang Stakes, race 8 at Pimlico, 2:48 Eastern, Saturday, May 17th. I'm strongly considering a win bet on Normandy Coast and Keep It Easy, both at 5-2 or more, and both should make those odds thresholds. Considering the potential odds disparity, as Normandy Coast opens at 12-1 and Keep It Easy opens at 4-1, using the Dutching tool and Amwager to get the best mathematical edge is a really good idea here. Faster Gator has minimum odds of 7-2 for win bet, so if either Normandy Coast or Keep It Easy is below that threshold, Faster Gator can be substituted for a second win bet. For the exactas, I want to box Normandy Coast, Keep It Easy, and Faster Gator, and then I also want to play an exacta of Normandy Coast, Keep It Easy, and Faster Gator over Normandy Coast, Keep It Easy, Faster Gator, and 1-900. Moving to race 10 on the Preakness card, the Sir Barton Stakes, 4:11 Eastern Time on May 17th. The top win contenders are Best Friend Rocket and Authentic Gallop, but other win contenders are Just a Fair Shake, Crudo, and Invictus. And if the public follows suit with the morning line where Crudo is 2-1 and Invictus is 9-5, this could be a very profitable race to win, because even though both of those can win, the other 3 horses, Best Friend Rocket, Authentic Gallop, and Just a Fair Shake, all likely to be higher odds, also have a good chance to win. We're going to start with Best Friend Rocket, opening at 15-1. He started his career with Bill Mott last summer, finished 9th and 6th in turf route, dirt sprint, moved to Brittany Russell. Best Friend Rocket won by 8 lengths of the distance at Laurel last October, and 2 races later by 5 lengths, showing a lot of talent. Between December and March of this year, he was allowed to grow up and also moved to the barn of D. Wayne Lucas. He won on March 2nd in Oaklawn at this distance in a big effort, where he had to work hard to go by the leader, making up a length and a half in the final stages to win by a nose. After being overmatched, way over his head in the Arkansas Derby, Best Friend Rocket fits perfectly here. He put in a strong 5-furlong workout at Churchill 8 days ago. Nick Juarez rode him to the win in March, stays aboard off the irrelevant Arkansas Derby effort. He is 3 for 4. The Colt is 3 for 4 at the distance and can absolutely post the upset here. Authentic Gallop also offers excellent value for all kinds of wagers, opening at 8-1. Like Best Friend Rocket, he tried turf riding last summer. In this case, he ran nicely and was leading all the way to near the wire, ending up a neck short of victory. He ran badly in his next 2, reversed form in December with a 2-length win at this distance, taking blinkers off in February 2 races after that. Authentic Gallop proved very game, rallying from 4th to win by a head on the wire. That win on February 7th at Oaklawn at this distance was nearly identical to Best Friend Rocket's win in March at Oaklawn at the same allowance level. And just like Best Friend Rocket, Authentic Gallop was overmatched in his only race since he was in the Virginia Derby. Now he's moving down a notch in class, and if he repeats his effort one before last, Authentic Gallop could be right there at the wire with Best Friend Rocket for a really nice exacta. Just a Fair Shake has only run in dirt routes in his 4-race career, winning twice, finishing second once and third once. His last effort, April 19th, was his best yet, second to Pay Billy in the Federico Tessio at the longer distance of 1.1 miles. Pay Billy's running the Preakness today, and the Just a Fair Shake was within a head of the lead at the 8th pole with 8th mile to go, indicates he could run very well and won at this distance just prior to that. Back to the two favorites, both who can win, Crudo and Invictus, don't have to. They're not standouts, certainly not offering any kind of value for win bets. Crudo runs in a two-turn race for the first time, moves up off a maiden win. It's tough to bet a horse to win at low odds trying not one, but two things for the first time, so no matter how impressive his seventh-length romp was, it's tough to consider a win bet at low odds. Similarly, Invictus is the same as Crudo, having run only in sprints and just broke his maiden at 7 furlongs last month, whereas Best Friend Rocket, Authentic Gallop, and Just a Fair Shake all have run against winners and run two turns. That can be said for Crudo and Invictus. I'd love to take a stand against them entirely and will for win bets, but don't have to on exacta tickets because of the value offered using Best Friend Rocket and Authentic Gallop on exacta tickets. So, in the Chick Lang Stakes, in the Sir Barton Stakes, race 10 at Pimlico on May 17th, 4:11 Eastern. For win bets, we'll consider win bets on both Best Friend Rocket and Authentic Gallop at 4-1 or more. Really good opportunity here. Just a Fair Shake also has fair odds of 4-1 and can be considered at those odds or substituted for one of the two horses just mentioned, Best Friend Rocket or Authentic Gallop, if they're below those odds. And if the odds are high enough for two of the three at least above the minimum, and that should be the case here, that's another good case to use the Dutching tool at Amwager to get the best mathematical edge possible. For exactas, going to play three exactas here to make a lot of money, hopefully. The first one's going to be exacta box of Best Friend Rocket, Authentic Gallop, and Just a Fair Shake. The second is going to be Best Friend Rocket, Authentic Gallop, and Just a Fair Shake over Best Friend Rocket, Authentic Gallop, Just a Fair Shake, Crudo, Invictus. And the last is going to be the reverse of that, which is Best Friend Rocket, Authentic Gallop, Just a Fair Shake, Crudo, and Invictus over Best Friend Rocket, Authentic Gallop, and Just a Fair Shake. Now, those last two exactas are the same as the exacta box with Best Friend Rocket, Authentic Gallop, and Just a Fair Shake because they contain that combination twice. So if any two of the three main contenders run first or second, you win both bets. So you don't have to play the box as well. You can also play a trifecta of the same way if you wanted to. We just need to keep the two favorites, Crudo and Invictus, apart. So we're not betting them to come in first and second in the exacta, but we can play them to come in second and third or first and third in the trifecta with all the nice horses at prices in the Sir Barton Stakes. Don't forget, you can get the written version of all this analysis for free, the Key Races and Bets blog at amwager.com. Just go to amwager.com, AMWAGER. Click on How to Bet and All Stars blog. While you're there, if you're not a member, look around. It is legal for residents of most states. It is U.S.-based, and it's a great betting site. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll talk to you next week.